know how we do it. How we gonna do it? We're gonna go ahead and get started. What? Right at 5. All right, guys, good morning. I am so glad you guys all decided to come out this morning and be a part of the Billionaire Boss Empire and catch these pips. And again, I want to make sure that you guys know exactly what you have. Let's see. So, we start our morning off with our own personal I am affirmations. So, however whatever you have that set at, you make sure that you read those daily. You encourage yourself daily. Okay, speak over yourself. All right, and then we have our Billionaire Boss Empire I am affirmations, and of course these can be added to your own. I am a master trader, and with every trade my balance grows. Let's see. Hold on, let's read the second part. I am a master recruiter, and like-minded individuals are drawn to me. Okay, now let's go to our food for thought this morning. Success all depends on the second letter. That second letter says you. So your success, what you do, depends on you. Nobody else but you. How much time are you willing to put into it? Let's do this, guys. All right. Let's see. All right. So after we do our affirmations, guys, we get into the news. Let's see what's going on in the news. And it's not just any regular news, it's the financial news. All right. I'm going to refresh this in case any changes have been made since I opened it. All right. Let's see. So that puts us right here. Let me bring this down so that you guys can see. We do have some orange folders for the day. So at 8:15, we've got USD with an orange folder. Okay. Remember, orange folders are not as high impact as the red folders. This means proceed with caution. So if you are in a trade, be careful. Okay. And then at 8:30, we've got CAD and USD. And then 9:45, we've got orange folder for the USD. At 10, we've got an orange folder for the USD. So these will more than likely, if you are one of those US 30 traders, guys, these will more than likely affect that trade. Now, any currency pair that you are in with USD or CAD, guys, be careful, be cautious, because they do have some orange folders today. And you just want to make sure that throughout the day that you refresh, just in case they add anything. You want to make sure that you have the most correct and accurate information. And then the CNY, it's an exotic pair, and they've got a bank holiday today. So they're going to be closed all day. Now, just because they are closed doesn't mean that a pair running with it won't be closed. So, and like I said, unless you're getting into the exotics, that may not be what you want to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the trades. Let's see what gold was doing something this morning. Yes, gold has been in a sale. And we look at the 1 hour. That green just crossed the red into a sale. The 4 hour. Okay, it is in a buy, but it's in pullback. So let's see. Gold is one of those pairs that runs very fast. It moves very fast. Okay. And let's see. All right, so the US 30 is actually kind of going sideways. This right here is what I was waiting for the US 30 to do, that drop. Because, and I say that because of this. Come down to the bottom, and I'm going to move it over so that you can see more of the candle. So remember, I said that the market will always correct itself. It's going to always revisit. So the US 30 had a huge uptrend. It had a huge buy. So I knew it was going to be coming down eventually. Then there it was. It started. Then we see that green cross that red. At 23, actually it was before that. I think it was like 23:30. Let's see. Green cross the red. Yep, 23:30. You guys know what time that is? 11:30 last night. 11:30 last night. It went into that sale. It's had some pullback. So let's take a look and see. The 1 hour is in a sale. And the 4 hour, you can see it is turning. That green is about to cross over that red into a sale. So the overall trend of the market for the US 30 is that it is selling right now. So it has switched over. It went from a buy to a sale. And remember, beautiful part is, guys, we make money either way. But understand that because that US 30, it's every point, you want to make sure that you have enough in your account balance to be able to hold the pullback if it doesn't go in the direction that you're wanting to go. All right, so GBP USD, it's in a sale, but I'm looking at these candles. These candles has a wick coming out of both ends, so that lets me know that the candle is confused. I mean, it's coming, it come all the way up here to a buy, it's come all the way down here for a sale, now it's moving back up. So basically this is what it's doing. It's going up and down. So when the candle has a wick coming out of both ends, that's not when we want to get in. We want to wait for it to know exactly which direction it's going to go in, then we can get in. So let's see what the trend of the market is. All right, 1 hour, it's in a sale. And the 4 hour is crossing over into a sale. All right, so that's another one for the GBP USD. Now, guys, this is actually a great learning tool right here, because I want to know if you guys see what this GBP did. All right. So now right here, the alligator wasn't eating. It was like going sideways. So we know if the alligator is not eating, neither are we. But do you see what happened to this candle? This can happen. It spiked all the way up here. Then it came all the way down here and went back up. So guys, this can definitely happen when you are trading. So that's why you always need to know what is going on in the market that can affect your trade and might make it do a spike like that, because that can happen. So you guys need to be aware of that. And this is why you always, always, always want to set a stop loss, because if you did not have a stop loss and a spike hit like this would have blown your account. As far up as it went, this would have blew your account, and then you would have had to start all over again. And that is not what you want. That's why you set a stop loss, so that it'll take you out before it reaches that point. All right, so let's see. We know that the GBP USD is in a sale, but what we would prefer to see, what we want to see is if it's in a sale, we want that candle to have that smooth bottom, because what you're looking at when it's in a sale, the candle is upside down. When you're looking at it in a buy, the candle is right side up. Let me see what we've got going on in the chat. Oh, yes, YJ. And that is why I tell you guys, that is why I stress the fact that you don't always have to have a take profit. You don't have to have a take profit set, but you definitely beyond the shadow of a doubt need to have a stop loss set no matter what. I don't care, even if you're just jumping in and trying to scalp, which means you just trying to get in and get a few quick pips or points and jump back out. You better make sure you have a stop loss set for just that reason right there. So when the candle is in a sale, it's upside down. Basically, the wick is coming out the bottom, and you want a smooth, flat top. When a candle is in a buy, I said it's right side up, you got the wick coming out the top, and you want a smooth bottom. Now, these actually have wicks coming out the bottom. Here's one. This one right here does not have a wick coming out the bottom. All right, so that's what you want to look for. So what we're going to do is we are going to give the GBP USD some time to, let me see, we have, okay, we can wait. We've got 2 minutes and about 30 seconds before the next candle appears. So that's what this is right here. This is the countdown for your next candle. So you can wait 2 minutes before jumping into a trade to see what that candle is going to look like, what's going to form next. So we'll wait and come back to that. Let's go to GBP JPY. See, here it is again. Those GB pairs went crazy. Absolutely bonkers. Look at that. Did the exact same thing. And it did it twice. This candle and the very next candle did the exact same thing. So yeah, that is not when you want to be in a trade. But let's see. So right now it is, look at that candle. That's not what you want to get into. Let's see. All right, the 1 hour is in a sale, but the candles are wicked out. Okay, you got wicks coming out of both ends. The 4 hour is in a buy, but you've got some pullback. So when you see the higher time frames have the wicks coming out of both ends, those are trades that you want to be very careful and cautious of, because they can do exactly what you see happening right here. Okay, your trade, those candles can go and get consolidated and get confused, which is actually what it's doing right now. So that's why I said you want to be careful and cautious when you see those higher time frames looking like that, because your trade will end up doing the same thing. And this is not, you do not want to be in a trade when it's going up and down, because you're not making any money. You're not making anything. It's not doing anything. All right, let's take a look at GBP AUD. Okay, now this one looks like it's starting to come out of the confusion. Let's see what it's going to do, because it's turning into the buy. You guys see your stochastic with the upward momentum. Remember, it's going to happen first in the stochastic. So you've got the upward momentum. We just got our new candle, and it looks really good. Got that flat bottom. That green is approaching the red. Remember, we wait for the green to cross the red. But let's see what the higher time frames are doing. Okay, the 1 hour is in a sale with pullback, which is what's going on right here. Well, I'm sorry, it's not pullback. It's the confused candle. You've got the doji candle with the wick coming out of both ends, and then the 4 hour. It's doing the exact same thing. It's in a sale, but you've got the wicks coming out of both ends. So this is another one that we would not get into. Now, guys, listen, never, ever, ever. Just like I said, when you don't get into a trade without a stop loss, you never force a trade at all. Exactly, Miss Pat. Exactly. I said that this crazy. I said that this week would be crazy. That's because you guys remember what we learned and what we went over yesterday. That NFP. Remember, that's all week. So that's why you want to be very cautious, very careful when you're getting into your trades. Okay. Let's look at EURUSD. Nice. That looks good. All right. Nice sale. 1 hour. Green just crossed the red into a sale. That's good. And the 4 hour. All right. The 4 hour is in a buy, but it's in a strong pullback. And look at that green. It's turning. Look at the stochastic. Got that momentum. All right. So the trend of the market is that it's turning into a sale, which is exactly what we are looking at right now. So let's do this. Let's see if we can grab us a few quick pips. All right, so you guys already know what I'm doing. I'm setting up so that I can see where could it possibly be going. Let me turn my candles into my lines. And already I can see, okay, this right here is showing me this dotted line, this blue dotted line is showing me the current price point. And already I can see that it is sitting at a support and resistance line because it has visited this area before. So this is a you've got higher highs, lower lows. Guys, so this is what you're looking at right here. This is a support and resistance line that it's sitting at. So it would have to get enough momentum to push through and keep going, because otherwise it's going to turn back around and go back into a sale. Let's see. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to grab my line. And I already know that, so I don't have to put that there. But what I want to see is where, right here. Okay, this is a strong support and resistance area right here because it touched, tried to push through, couldn't, came back down. It touched. So several times, it has touched this area several times. So if it is able to continue past this point right here, it can come all the way down here for a sale. So this is the zone. Remember, it bounces in between the zones. So we know it can come at least to this point here. We know the area where it is right now, it will come at least this far. What we can do, and that's what I want to do, I want to show you guys how to put in a pending order. Okay, we haven't done that yet. And this is when you're doing when you're taking those signals from the from your back office that you signed up for in the Telegram. This is what I want you guys to look at so you know how to put in a pending order. All right, so turn my candles back on. Okay, so I'm going to come up, I'm going to grab a line, I'm going to change the color so that I know what I'm looking at, what I want to see. Okay, and guys, you can put it whatever color you want to. These are your lines. So this is what you're looking at. You're saying, okay, I know it can come down at least to here. I want it to get strong enough and push past this area and keep going. So I'm going to come down to here. And I'm looking at this area right here where it has come down, but then it turned and went back. So I want it to come past here. So I want it to get here and keep going. So let me get my ruler. Let's see how many pips that is. I'll start it here. I touch. When I touch that line, you see the box comes up. That means it's ready for me to start measuring. So I could go straight down and do an arrow, but what I like to do, I like to go over a little bit so you can see the width. You can really see it. So then I'm going to come all the way down to that next line, and you can see my crosshair turned yellow because I'm right on that line. I'm right on that support and resistance line. So then I'm going to touch it again, and that way this will stay and I can move my cursor. So what I'm looking at, this is 18.4 pips that I could get out of this. So let's go ahead and put in a pending order. All right, come here, and that is EURUSD. I do have EURUSD open on my MetaTrader 4. Okay, so pending order. Hold on. I want you guys to see. All right, when you do a pending order, let's start from the beginning. All right, when you do a pending order, like when they call these trades, these signals, they'll give you the stop loss, they'll give you take profit 1, they'll give you take profit 2, they'll give you take profit 3. Okay, so this is what you would do. Here's your stop loss. And what this is saying right here is this is the price point that you want to get in. This is when you want it to activate. Okay, so this, and then this would be take profit 1. This would be for market execution. So this right here, the at price, or the price you want the order to activate, is where you're going to start your pending order. All right, let me take this. Let me take this down. Okay. Let's go to, all right. All right, so we know that this, let me make it bigger, come down here, make it bigger so that you guys can see that this is where, that's the number where we want to get in. Okay. And actually I need to bring that down just a little bit. All right, so that we can see our pink number, because that pink number is the number that we want our trade to activate. And then we can look right up here, because we want our PSAR to be above, if it's in a sale, we want our stop loss to be above the first or the second PSAR. And this support and resistance line right here is actually right above that first PSAR. So I can touch this line and change this line's color to red so that I know that's where I want my stop loss. Okay, that's where I want my stop loss. And this one right here is where I'm going to have my take profit. So we want to do this quickly because it's, you know, it's really moving. So we want to make sure that we get in there. Okay, we're going to go new order, and not a market execution. We're going to do a pending order. Now we could do a market execution because the sale is doing really, really well, but I really want you guys to see how to do a pending order. All right, so we're going to bring this over so I can see my numbers. The at price, okay, so if the type is a pending order, and then remember that green, okay, this is going to be a sale stop, because I'm saying it's going to get to a certain price point and then it's going to continue on its way. I want to see that candle. All right, so here's my at price. I'm going to come here and I'm going to put in 1.16946. I'm going to go ahead and place my order because it's approaching my my at price. So I want to make sure that I get my pending order in, because I can always go back and modify, which you want to do. Okay, so it's sitting there, it's ready and it's waiting. So my at price is actually showing green right now because it is approaching the activation price. It's approaching it. All right, so now I'm going to double click and perfect. Make sure that the type that comes up is modify order, because that's what we want to do. We want to modify our order. Okay, here we have our at price where we wanted to activate. And if you wanted to change it, you could. Here, we're going to put our stop loss and our take profit. So I'm going to come here. My red line right here is where my stop loss is. So I'm going to put in 1 decimal point 17367. That's my stop loss. And my take profit is going to be this one right here. So I'm going to select my take profit box. And then this is the number that I'm going to put in for my take profit. Now, if you want to, if it's better for you to get a visual, just the way I turned the other support and resistance line red, you can turn this support and resistance line green so that you can see it better when you're putting in your numbers. Okay, so take profit 1 decimal point 16762. Okay, now you can either modify your order or you can delete it. We want to modify it. Okay, and also, guys, you know, a pending order is going to sit there until it activates. Well, I did want to show you guys this right here. You guys see this box right here? You can actually set a date for it to expire. Okay, if you don't want it to continue, if it doesn't hit by a certain time, you can set it for it to expire, and then it'll never activate. It'll actually close out for you. Okay, so that is something that you can do there. Okay, so remember, guys, I told you if a pending order doesn't activate by the next day, go ahead and select the next day. Modify. So now, if this pending order does not activate by tomorrow, it will close out automatically, and I don't have to go back and remember to close it out. It's going to close out on its own. Okay. All right. Now it's approaching. It's approaching. It's approaching. All right. Now what I'm getting ready to do is we are going to do a take profit 2. Okay. So we're going to set up another pending order. So we've got our take profit 1 here. So when it hits, that is 18.4 pips away from our entry point where we got in, where we wanted to activate. And remember, I told you both numbers have to get beyond this point before it activates. So right now you see that wick sitting right there on that dotted line, on that activation point, but it is not going to activate until both of these numbers cross that threshold. So this is exactly, I mean, this is a great teaching point as well. So you can think that it's going to activate, but not unless both of those numbers cross will it activate. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to my trading view, and I want to get another, do I have one already? Let me see. I do. That's a big distance between there. Let me get my ruler and see the distance between these two support and resistance lines. So I'm gonna come to this first one. I'm gonna touch it, come over, bring it down, and see that the distance between that next support and resistance line, wow, is 62.9 pips. Okay, so we are not going to try for 62.9 pips. This is what we're going to do. So I touched the screen anywhere to make it go away. I'm going to get my ruler back again, come back to my line that I'm having for my take profit. I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to come down. Let's get 15. Well, let's do 10 because I want to show you guys. All right, 10.2. That's good. All right, so I touch it, and then Okay, I touch it and then it stays there. So now I'm going to come up here. I'm going to grab another line. I'm going to go ahead and turn this line green because this is my take profit 2. And I'm going to, with my crosshair, I'm going to line it up right under that box right here. I'm going to touch it. Now, this right here is 10.2 pips of more profit. So this is what I'm saying. You can touch on this line. You can make it green. All right, so you know this is your take profit 1, and this is going to be your take profit 2. All right, guys. I've got something special for you this morning. Give me a second. Let me get it. Let me get it. Give me a second. All right. All right, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Y'all not ready. Y'all are not ready. But you about to be. What? Miss Benita, you did not. Yes, Miss Benita did. All right, guys, tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. You like that, YJ? You like that? You like that? Yes, I thought you might. I thought you might. All right, guys, I am getting ready to show you how to put in your pending order. This is a with an iPhone or iPad. Okay, so this is how we are going to use your device, your smartphone. I still have to try to figure out how to connect an Android so that you guys can see, but this is how much I care about y'all, so y'all can see. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, so we're looking at our EUR USD. So, and it's actually right up here at the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press and hold my finger. And as you can see, it comes up trade, chart, new chart details. So if I select chart, it's going to take me to the chart for that particular currency pair that I select. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to press and hold EUR USD again. And you know that it's EUR USD because as you look at the top, it says EUR USD. All right, we're going to go into a trade. All right, now this is what I'm talking about right here. So we're not doing a market execution. If we were going to go ahead and put in an immediate trade, then this is what we would do. We would go ahead and select either sell or buy by market right here. And remember I was telling you about the blue numbers goes down on either side. Okay, so if you touch the the negative 0.01, it's going to take it down 1 pip at a time. If you touch the negative 0.1, it's moving it 10 pips down at a time. Same thing with the plus on the right side of that black number. If you go the 0.01, that's going to move it 1 pip at a time in the positive. And then the same thing with the positive 0.1. It's going to move it 10 points at a time. Okay? So remember, your lot size needs to be comparable to your account balance. All right, and like I said, with the iPhone or the iPad, it's going to say stop loss or take profit. That's where you're going to put your number. But we are not doing a market execution. we are going to select the word market execution, and then this is what comes up. This is how we put in our pending order. So for the take profit 2, we're going to go to sales stop, select sales stop, and then it comes up. Whatever, now you can actually select, touch the black number, and you see your numbers come up so that you can change the numbers to whatever you want. Okay, let's see. I mean, whatever you want to put your number at, that's what you can do. Okay, so that is an option, or you've got the plus and the minus sign on either side of the number. It's completely up to you. So now what we're going to do, now another line has come up that says price. That is where we want our pending order to activate. Okay, so I'm going to select the line that says price. Okay, and right now that is the current price that it's at, but that's not where I want my trade to start now, is it? No, I want it to activate when that take profit 1 hits. So this first green number, that's the number that I want to use for my take profit. I mean, for my at price that I wanted to activate. And then this will be my take profit that I'm going to choose for the take profit 2. So my activation price, or I should say at price, whatever you feel comfortable with understanding, this is the number that you want to put in. Okay. So again, you have the plus and the minuses beside the number, so you can raise it or lower it that way. Or I'm going to take it out, and then you've got the numbers at the bottom. Your numbers will come up, and you can put in 1 decimal point. Remember how important the decimal point is. It will not get you the number that you want if you're not putting in the correct, if you're not putting in the decimal point. Okay, so 1 decimal point, 1, 6, 6, 7, 6, 2. Okay, then I'm going to come down to my next line. It says stop loss. Now that is not where I want my stop loss. I want my stop loss at the same stop loss that I had it set before. Okay, I'm going to bring this down so that I can see it. Bring back up. All right, so this right here is where I want my stop loss. Now, as you can see, every time a PSAR or a candle forms, another PSAR forms as well. So what you would do is you would manually move your stop loss. Now, on the MetaTrader 4 on your desktop, you can hover over it and move it that way. But on your device, you have to go in and manually change your stop loss number. Okay? Remember I said there's some things that you can do on your desktop MetaTrader 4 that you can't do on your device, and there's some things that you can do on your device that you cannot do on the desktop version. All right, so let's get this in. All right, so I'm going to take that out, and the stop loss that I want to put in, well, actually that was it, but anyway, 1 decimal point 1 7 3 6 7. That's the stop loss that we want to use before. And I do apologize. I believe that was, you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to close it out because I want to go back in and see if I saw what I saw. All right. So press and hold the EURUSD. Open it up. Go to the trade. Yes, I want it to be at sell stop. So it is already there. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to select the price that I want it to activate, which is my green. And I'm going to leave the 1 decimal point there because I need it. So 1 decimal point 16762. All right. Now, when I go to stop loss, no, it is not. Okay. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to double check I wanted to double check the number that came up with the stop loss number. And that is because I wanted to make sure that it didn't do the previous stop loss, which is where I want it. All right. So I'm going to go back, and my stop loss is going to be the previous stop loss number that I had it at before. 1.17367. Okay, that's where I want it. And then I'm going to come to my take profit line. And for my take profit, it's going to be, remember, it's going to be this bottom green number right here because it's my take profit 2. All right, so it's going to be 1.166. All right, yeah, 6659. All right, 6659. There we go. All right, now that blue bar right there that says place, I'm gonna select it. Boom, there it is. I've got my first take profit set. I've got my second, pending order. So I've got take profit 1 and I've got take profit 2. Okay. So did you guys have any questions about what I just did with the iPad, with your device? Good. Ms. Pat, you have a question?
I don't have. Yeah, you did it with the iPhone and stuff, and I didn't set in the second one, so I'm still on my desktop, so I missed all of that.
Okay. Well, it's fine. I'm just showing them how to enter it in on a device. You're,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Yeah. So it's,
I'm still okay then. Okay.
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So now, guys, this is what I want to show you. Now, as you can see on your device, here is your pending order number 1. And then here's your pending order number 2. So remember, the first one we did on our desktop, the second one we did on our device. But by those accounts being linked together, it doesn't matter if you do it on your device or if you do it on your desktop, they are going to be linked together and they are going to be one and the same. Okay, do you guys see that? So let's go back to our MetaTrader 4 on our desktop, and here we can see our pending orders that we put in. Okay, this one we did with our desktop, this one we did with our device, but they are both there. So this is what I'm saying. As long as you are signed in to your same account number, be it the device, be it your desktop, guys, it is going to be the same across the board. Okay. So this is where the first trade would activate. And then this is where the second trade would activate. Now, this is our take profit 1, and our second take profit is going to activate. Then here is our take profit 2, and that's where our trades would end. Okay. Now, oh, YJ, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, Danielle. I'm so glad that I was able to do that for you guys. I'm so glad that I was able to show you guys that, because I wanted to make sure that you guys were able to see how to enter in a trade on your desktop or your device. So whatever you're using, and that's what I said, guys, this is a portable skill. You can take it with you anywhere you want to go, and you can make money. All right. So we've got some pending orders in. Got some pending orders set, waiting. Let's go back to our trading view. And let's see, let's look at AUD USD. That's looking ugly too. All right. I really don't even want to look at that. That's starting out ugly. All right, the 1 hour. All right, so this is what I'm looking at, guys. I'm looking at some confused candles. Okay, so the green has crossed the red into a sale, so it is in a sale, but then it had some strong pullback. But this is another thing that I want to show you guys. Remember, if you put a trade in for a sale, the reason why we look at the first or the second PSAR, if my PSAR, let me do this so you can see. I'm going to turn it red. If I had my stop loss at my first or second PSAR, let me see, it would have been this candle, and then this candle would have formed. All right. So this is what I want to show you. Actually, I'm going to move it up because it wouldn't have been there yet. It would have been here. All right, so if we're looking at it being into a sale, okay, and we're looking at it being this candle right.
Miss Benny, the iPad is still up. We can't see what you're doing because the iPad
Oh,
screen is still up. What you had?
okay, hold on.
I just put it in the chat for you.
There we go. There we go. All right. All right. How's that? That better? Can you see my trading view now?
Now we can.
Yes,
Now we
ma'am.
can.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Miss Pat. Come on, guys.
You're welcome.
Y'all gotta let me know because I'm go ahead. All right. So, looking at the AUD USD, when you are in a sale, remember we say put it above the first or the second PSAR. So if you were in a sale, this would have been the candle that you were on. This would have been the last candle, and this would have been the PSAR. Okay, so I would have put my stop loss here, and then when it did this pullback, look, it did not go beyond the PSAR. So more than likely, when you get into a trade for a sale, the reason why we say put it above the first or the second PSAR is because if it does do that pullback, it won't take you out of the trade. And then look, it continued on its way. It continued on to the sale. And the exact same thing if you are in a buy. Okay, let's take a look. If you are in a buy and you have your stop loss set down here, that pullback is not going to cross over, more than likely, it will not cross over that PSAR unless the market reverses. Now look at this. This candle right here, the market reversed. So the PSARs show you the reversal in the market. So when the market reverses, the PSAR flipped up to the top. So now the PSARs are at the top. If this is where your stop loss was, because the PSAR flipped to the top and it went into a sale, it would have hit your stop loss and it would have taken you out right here. But because we get in when the green crosses the red, it wouldn't have taken you out in the negative unless you got into the trade late. Okay, but this is why we use the PSAR to judge where we place our stop loss. Okay, so if there is pullback and the PSARs don't flip, it'll come back and then it'll continue on its way just like it did right here, but it won't hit your stop loss. It won't take you out. Even if we had put it here, once this candle formed, and that's the second PSAR, it still would not have taken us out because it did not go all the way up there. So are you guys able to see that? Do I need to, I can make it bigger. You guys know, I want to make sure that you guys can see everything, that you understand everything. Okay. So this right here is exactly what I'm talking about. All right. It was in a buy. So your stop loss would have been below the first or the second PSAR. If it was below the second PSAR, guess what? It would not have taken you out because that did not come all the way down below the second PSAR. The market reversed. It went back into a buy because that alligator mouth is still open. Remember, guys, as long as that alligator is eating, so are we. So whatever is comfortable for you, if you want to be taken out at an early stage, or if you want to give it a little cushion, the first or the second, and this right here is what I'm looking at, the first or the second PSAR. Okay. So as long as that alligator is eating, so are we. So as you can see, it reversed, but it did not hit that PSAR. Okay, here it reversed, it went into a sale. The green crossed the red. This is when we get out of the trade. This is when we close it out. When that green crosses that red back in the opposite direction, we get out. We close it out. So if you're riding, if you don't have a take profit and you're just catching those pips, this is when you want to get out, when it crosses going back in the opposite direction. So with that PSAR being here above the first or the second, when it experienced that pullback, it did not take you out. It kept going. All right. Any questions? Any questions? All right. So,
Miss Benita,
yes, sir, Mr. Kimbrough.
is there a script that we can find that will like when the green crosses over the red, that it would take us out? Is there a script available for that, or do you know, can we find one for it or something?
I can certainly look for that. Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to. And guys, let me let you know what Mr. Kimbrough is speaking about with the scripts. This is one of the things that I was saying that is available on your desktop MetaTrader 4 that's not available on your device. Okay, so the different scripts, and I'll look at the device, but the different scripts that he's talking about, like this right here, this is an indicator, but you can add indicators, you can add scripts. This right here is not something that comes standard on your desktop MetaTrader 4. This is something that I have added, and I can show you guys how to add it as well. This is your candle countdown. This right here is your pip counter. So this is going to let you know plus or minus where your pip count actually is at all times with this particular currency pair. So whatever currency pair you are in, it's going to show you how many pips you're up or down. It will show you. And I can show you how to add that to your MetaTrader 4 as well. Now, let's see. I do believe I've got a video on our YouTube channel showing how to add the pip counter. Not sure if I have one that shows that, but I mean it's really not hard. So what he's talking about when he was talking about the scripts is we do have some other scripts that I had everybody add, and it's going to be in our downloads. We are going to be showing you guys another strategy as well, but we want you to get comfortable with this one first because the other one will actually make you lazy. So we want to make sure that you guys have this strategy down first before we show you the other strategy. But I'm going to show you. Okay, so this right here needs to be on. This where it says auto trading needs to be turned on. So right now you can see that this is a green circle. Right now it's red. So red means that it's off. If I touch it, now it's on. This has to be on to run my scripts. Now, if I have multiple trades running at one time, and say for instance, they are running into the negative and I don't want them to continue, I can either close them out individually with the X's that are on the side, or the scripts that we've added, I can double click this. Hold on, let me bring it over so you guys can see it. This will pop up. So what this will do is any trade that I have running that are in the negative, I can select OK, and it will close out all my trades that are running in the negative, because they could be running out of control and I don't want them. So I'm going to go ahead and stop them before it takes me and blows out my account. And just the opposite. If you have multiple trades running and they're in the positive and you want to get that money before it closes, before it goes back into the negative, guys, this will close out multiple trades at one time that are in the positive. And the beautiful part is that strategy that we're going to be showing you guys, where you be getting into multiple trades at one time. Now, I showed you how fast gold moves. So just imagine, let me see. What do you think, Mr. Kimbrough? We got 2 minutes. Should I show him real quick?
Nope. Uh-uh.
Okay, guys.
It'll be a minute. We got to get everybody used to this strategy first, because
Okay.
like she said, the other strategy will make you lazy, for real, and 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 it doesn't actually require you to learn a skill set. That's why I'm saying no, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
When we say one click, I literally mean one click, and you're in. So I really want you to learn the skill set so you can make your own analysis and be your own bank before we give you the lazy part.
Mm-hmm.
And it can make you a lot of money. I'm telling you, in a matter of absolutely no time.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
and tell the truth, y'all, just so y'all don't think that I'm being stingy or anything like that, I don't even use the strategy right now.
Yeah.
I put it to the side because it literally will make you just that lazy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to make you any more money than the PowerGator, anything will, or any other strategy. It's a strategy on itself, but like I said, I really want you to know how to read the market before you actually start using it. Because if you can read the market, it'll save you a whole lot of trouble. Even though you might get a little lazy on it, it will save you a lot of trouble in the end, because you actually know how to do your own analysis. So y'all just hold up. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
When I start back using it, that's when everybody gonna be using it. So when Miss Benita start using it, because she don't even use it right now.
I don't use it either, guys.
So
Okay. All right. So just so that everybody has the second take profit information, Ms. Pat, I know that you didn't get the information when we were putting it in the iPhone, the iPad. So let me make sure. Go ahead and get the numbers so that you can have the take profit too. All right. So when we do a take profit too, and guys, those scripts, these are actually also some that I added, and I showed you guys how to add these to your MetaTrader 4 on your desktop, so that if you have several trades running in the positive and you want to go ahead and get that money quick before it closes out, then you would do closed win and you would close all those trades out in the positive. And if something happens where it moves quick and it moves into the negative, it will not close it out in the negative, because it's only going to close out the trades in the positive. So that way it'll give you time for it to turn back around and go back into the positive before you close it out. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Take Profit 2 that we have running. Make sure everybody has that information. Okay, the price that we are going to get into our second trade is the price that our first one ends. So here's Take Profit 1, and here is Take Profit 2. Okay, so Take Profit 1, second trade is going to activate when the Take Profit 1 ends. Okay, so when the first trade ends, second trade begins at 1.16762. That is our at price. Our stop loss, did I move it? I'm sure I did. I probably moved. Actually, it needs to be moved. Okay, see, look, guys, we've got some more PSARs that have developed. So on our MetaTrader 4, we can hover over our stop loss, left click, and drag it so that it stays right above the PSAR where we want it to be. Okay. All right. And let's see. Okay. All right. So this way you can always move your stop loss. Where is... All right. And what I'm going to do is double click, and I'm going to manually change the stop loss for my second one, because for some reason that line it's not showing up. Okay. On my MetaTrader 4 on my device. So I moved my stop loss to 1. That's why, because it couldn't be seen. That was supposed to be a 7. I mean, that was supposed to be a 1, not a 7. So you guys see that? That's what I want you guys to see. All right. Now, I was seeing the stop loss for my first trade, but I wasn't seeing it for my second trade. Do you guys see why I wasn't seeing it? This is why it is so important that you put in the correct numbers, because my stop loss, I wanted it to be 1.1. I missed one of the ones down at when I was doing this stop loss. So it actually came in 1.73. Guys, watch this. Let me see if I can. I probably can't even move it down far enough for you to see. Yeah. What I'm doing, and you can see what I'm doing is I'm left clicking and I'm moving it down so you can see my price is changing. I know that's shrinking our candles, but look right here. Guys, what? This is where my stop loss is. If it were to activate my stop loss, guys, that is $63,736.96 in the negative because of that one mistake, that one error. I missed putting in that 1. I didn't see me not select that 1, and I put in the rest of the numbers. My stop loss is all the way up here, which is why I wasn't seeing it. What? Guys, how crazy is that? So I can left click and I can drag it on down. and move it. Now, let me stretch it back out. And then I can keep moving it down, or I can just go ahead and double click and change my stop loss. I'm going to change it to the stop loss of my previous trade. So I'm going to put in 17264. Now you guys are catching me do everything else, but you didn't catch me. You didn't catch me putting in that crazy stop loss. But I'm really, you know what, guys? I'm really glad I did, though. I am really, really glad that I did, because that was an amazing teaching opportunity. That was awesome, because I had actually wanted to show you guys that before. Okay, so that is absolutely what can happen if you are not careful. If your decimal point isn't in the right place, if you don't put in the right number, guys, this is what can happen. Okay, so you always want to take your time. You want to put it in quickly, because you want to make sure that you get your trade in, but you also want to be careful. You want to make sure that you're paying attention. All right, so we've got our at price for the second trade, which is going to activate when our first one ends. So take profit 1 is the activation for take profit 2. Okay, that take profit 1 is where our second is going to activate. We're going to keep an eye on our stop loss, and we'll continue to move it as the trade continues. As those PSARs form, we will keep moving our stop loss. Okay, and then the take profit 2 is down here, and that number is 1.16659. Okay, now Ms. Pat, did you get all the numbers? Okay, so for the second trade, the price that it's going to activate is 1.16762. The stop loss is 1. Say that again. Are you writing it down? You got your paper, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to stop loss is 1.1
7264.
7264, and the second is take profit 1.1. I can't hear you.
6659.
1.16659. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is a modified order, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Sell stop.
Order. Yes, it's a pending order for a sell stop. They both are correct.
Oh, pending order. Okay, that's probably I could modify order. Oh, thank you. Thank God for you, Miss Benita.
Oh, you welcome, Miss Pat. Y'all know I love y'all. I love this stuff.
Pending order. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. Well, guys, that is actually going to do it for us this morning. It is actually 6:10. I've kept you a little longer. I do hope you guys were able to take some nuggets away and get a lot of understanding, get some information that you needed that maybe you didn't have or didn't know before. Guys, please get into your demo account and practice, practice, practice. You are not going to be the best that you can be if you don't get in there and practice on your own. Okay, get in there, learn this strategy, learn the market, make sure that you are getting into the we were in the forexfactory.com, also on the TV or on the internet, either one, whichever one you want, Bloomberg. Okay, and listen to see what they're saying is going on in the financial world, what's going on in the financial market. This is going to help you be the absolute best master traders. You guys are going to be a beast of a master trader. Okay. All right, guys, get in there. Keep practicing. You have got this. I believe in you. All right, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to join these billionaire bosses right here early in the morning and catch these pips and learn how to do it on your own. Learn how to be awesome, amazing, and epic. I will see you guys. Guys, get some people on the calls. Okay, 2 p.m., 8 p.m. Get some people on the calls so we can start sharing this information with them so that others can know how to do this as well. Even if you don't want to, even if you just want to trade, guys, there may be some other people that just want to trade too. Okay, they may want to trade and build a team. So go ahead, share this information. We've got a 2 p.m. call, we've got an 8 p.m. call, and remember that is on our Capital Crew link. I will see you guys at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. and then right here again in the morning at 5 a.m. Love you guys. Have an awesome, amazing day. That is going to end our call.